Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Jaleesa, and today I am going to be doing some tarot readings. First one I'm going to be doing is the war in Ukraine. I'm going to see what comes out, if anything, and maybe see what's going to transpire in upcoming months or even weeks. I'm just getting my tarot decks laid out here. If you enjoy this type of content, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If not, and it's not really your thing, no biggie. And I thank you for stopping in, and maybe another video of mine will be more interesting for you. So we have the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. We have my Oracle deck that I created. We have the Beginner's Tarot that you can find on Etsy. Mine's very chipped already. And then the Intuit Oracle 2nd edition that you can also find on Etsy. First, we're going to pull some astrology cards. We're going to pull 3 astrology cards, see what they have to say. Please note that I am not a psychic. I read cards. I am a cartomancer. We have Earth. It says persistence, patience, and practicality. Then we have Air, open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. Get one more card. And Mars. Move forward and defend self. I need to look. I am pretty sure. I hope you're patient with my tarot readings, because when it comes to certain oracle decks like this one, I may need to pop into a book. I apologize. It might be hard for you guys to see. So this one is Earth. Air. And Mars. I want to check out Mars. Because I'm pretty sure Mars... how you actualize your desires, how you get what you want, self-defense, determination, will, courage, personal survival. Harness your inner soldier and accomplish something today. Inner soldier to me is obviously talking about the war in Ukraine. So to me, I was thinking Mars is war. So let's pull some cards from my Oracle deck and see what comes out. Please keep in mind that my Oracle deck is a little different. It has keywords that may be unsettling for some to see. And I'm not just pulling from my Oracle deck. I will also be clarifying with my tarot deck. You might be thinking, what on earth Is her tarot or is her oracle deck saying? So I'm going to pull 5 more cards. Or I shouldn't say pull, whatever pops out. I hope you can read these okay. Sorry if you can hear my kids. They're having a good time doing their own thing. I knew that planned out, premeditated card was going to come out. Every time I've done a, just shuffling my deck while watching like preparedness videos or Canadian Prepper, if you guys watch him, planned out, premeditated has always come out when he's talking about the war. And get one more card. So I'm going to go over my initial thoughts while I shuffle my other deck. Initial thoughts is the start of the war here. Is that initially everybody was supposed to be unharmed. And they were definitely nearby. They hung around the outskirts of Ukraine for a very long time before they made a move. They were practicing out in the sea with their military. They have moved military up to the Arctic, where it hasn't been occupied in many, many years. Some military bases. I'm talking about Russia. Russia has moved up to the Arctic. Russia hung around Ukraine. What could have been something that was supposed to be quick, passerby to me means moving through quickly, passing by quickly, not something that was supposed to be drawn out. And this is being drawn out. Doesn't want to be found. In my opinion, I feel like this is a card that's saying there doesn't want to be a reason for this to go further. Like Putin doesn't want it to go further, or Zelensky doesn't want it to go further. NATO doesn't want it to go further. But with the garbage card, I feel like, please excuse me as I say this, I feel as though leaders are looking at Ukraine as taking out the garbage. You know, let's just take care of the problem, get rid of it, and then we don't have to worry about it anymore. We have blood DNA evidence, hair. To me, I feel as though we are going to find evidence that they initially didn't want to harm anybody, but we're also going to find evidence that it's turned into, we're going to do what we need to do to take over this country. Husband and wife. This could be some type of contract or bond or agreement that the leaders of either Russia or Ukraine or both, where they were supposed to come to such a contract and unable to, because everything was already planned out and premeditated. Everything was supposed to happen a very specific way. They weren't expecting Ukrainians to fight back, or they weren't expecting certain things to happen. But because that they did, because it didn't go as quickly as it was supposed to, that these contracts or whatever it is that they were supposed to do as leaders is not going to get done. I have a feeling boss to me reminds me of the emperor. And the emperor is ruled by Mars. Aries ruled by Mars. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not fantastic with my astrology just yet. But it reminds me of somebody who doesn't take no for an answer, who does what they think is right, whether they are right or wrong. Doesn't matter who they hurt, they're going to do it. And then the friend card here, My initial thought when that came out was frenemy. This leaders are going to pretend to have your best interests in mind, and they are going to take everything from you. Or they could potentially take everything from you, or they're going to threaten to take everything from you. I feel like this is like these 4 cards here for what I feel is coming in the future is going to be very ugly, very hurtful, not caring, pretending to be a friend when really they feel as though you're nothing more than garbage. All right, let's get some clarification here. I'm going to pull 1 card for each of the cards that are laying down already. Some may be in reversed. Just see what comes out. We'll see what happens. I am going to read the keywords that are on them because I find them really good. Really good. I highly recommend this deck, not just for beginners. It's definitely a deck for everybody. Beginners, students, novice. I'll get one more. One more, please. That was not one more. There we go. All right. So first up, we have Unharmed with the Ace of Wands. It says, take action on your ideas. The will to create, energy, inspiration, creation, force, strength, gain. So again, this just confirms that it was already premeditated. It was something that was going to happen. Putin had very big plans and ideas for for Ukraine and the will and desire to take it over. He did intend for it to go unharmed, but obviously that did not happen. We have new beginnings, pioneering, leadership, originality. That kind of worries me a little bit, the originality part. Why? Because they have serious weapons that can hurt more than just Ukraine. It can hurt millions and millions of other people who are surrounding Ukraine. Not that Ukraine should ever be wounded or people from Ukraine should ever be hurt. I'm just saying the originality part is that he could take it beyond a normal war. We have nearby. This is the world in reverse. My first thought when this card comes out is it's not over. Usually when it's in upright, it's closure. It's the ending to a cycle. It's moving on. In reverse, to me, that says that it's not the end. Things are going to get worse. We're not seeing the last of anything when it comes to Russia and Ukraine. This has failure, imperfection, lack of fulfillment, unfinished, emptiness, grief for missed opportunity. Community, optimism, joy, groups, growth. I am hoping that there is some type of failure when it comes to this war, because war sucks. Watching children die, when I I had a hard time watching the news clip about the train platform that got bombed, and a lot of people, including children, lost their lives. So hopefully failure is nearby, but when you see the unfinished, the end is not near, to me, I can already see it's not going to come to an end anytime soon. We have passerby, trifling mistakes, truth, deception, recognized, consciousness, clarity. The moon reverse, to me, is shining a light on something. So when it's nighttime and the moon is out, you don't see things as clearly, right? Things are a little bit darker. It's, you see a shadow of something. It could be this, or it could be something else. Things aren't exactly what you think they're supposed to be. When it's in reverse, to me, that tells me a light is being shown on it. Something is going to come to light. Something is going to come up quickly. It may not be something we're expecting. It could be unexpected. Could be a deeper meaning. We have deeper meaning here. Attainment, selflessness. There could be a deeper meaning to this. Could be a deeper meaning to the entire experience of war, whether it's world war or simply learning from the Ukrainian experience. We have doesn't want to be found. We have the tower in reverse. I'd rather see the tower upright than in reverse, because in the upright, it's going to be a swift, quick change. When it's in reverse, it's not going to be quick. It's going to be painful. It's going to be dragged out, drung out. I don't know how to say that. It's just going to be not something that's going to be quickly fixed. We have continued oppression, trapped, confinement, locked in old ways, weak foundation, avoidance. Weak foundation to me is not our government, but government in general. I think we have stuck with the same old governments for many, many years, and changes need to be made in order to better it. If things stay the same, who's really learning? What are we learning from? So the continued oppression of the citizens of Ukraine, even oppression of the Russian people, I think we're going to see an upheaval of some things that are going to come sooner rather than later. I don't know if it's going to be towards other countries or towards their own government. Garbage has the Ace of Cups in reverse. My first thought is we're dumping it out. We're not putting up with it. We're just going to dump. We're going to dump all of our hard work, all of our emotions, all of our unnecessary needs on the innocent people, if that makes sense. Like treating them like garbage. Like, I'm really angry, so I'm going to blow people up, essentially. We have repressed emotion, blocked logic, emotional overwhelm, alteration, emptiness. That could be the way the people are feeling. That could be the way the leadership or government is feeling. We have new beginnings, inspiration, origin, enlightenment. I have a feeling through being treated like garbage that people are going to make a stand for themselves. I hope it's a positive one. For blood, DNA, evidence, and hair, we have the Page of Swords. The way I see this is that this page is looking in the past and not paying attention to what's coming in front of them. Their heads are in the clouds, literally, like their heads are up here in the clouds. Not necessarily skewed, but just foggy-brained. Somebody who might be distracted, easily distracted. We have restless, energetic, talkative, eager, curious, aggressive. Obviously, the word that I'm going to take from that is aggressive. Somebody who's not in their right mind, who's going to be making decisions that they shouldn't be making. For husband-wife, we have the Three of Cups. Instantly, I'm thinking of those contracts or the bonds or the coming together, like NATO and other countries coming together to do what they need to do to help Ukraine or even the surrounding countries of Ukraine, since Ukraine is not part of NATO. We have support, sharing, celebration, problem resolution, gladness, bounty, joy, friendship, society. We have groups experiencing growth, community. This is also Cancer. I feel like we could be seeing some progress during Cancer season. And it is a water sign, so we could be seeing more intuitive decision making that's better for humankind rather than selfishness. For planned out, premeditated, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse, frustrated, defensive, anxious, obstinate, delay, disaster. I can totally see this as, you planned it out. You made sure it happened. You attacked people. You started a war. And now you're on the defensive mode because people are standing up for themselves. That delay. I think it was that passerby. The delay, the fact that it's not happening quickly. The leaders are not getting the results that they wanted as quickly as they thought they would be getting them. Hence, possible disaster. Frustration for sure. Okay. We have boss, the Four of Swords. This could be, someone was talking about this, that Putin was hiding out in a bunker. I could totally see that happening. He's going to fend for himself. He is a selfish man. He wants everything to happen the way that he wants it to happen. Doesn't matter who gets hurt. Doesn't matter how it goes down. As long as he survives, he's chilling. He's mentally preparing for what's about to go down. He's cool with it. The words are rest, ease, restoration, respite, recharging, reflection, abundance. This is also Libra. So we could be seeing things happening in Cancer and Libra season. There are other signs here. The reason I am picking out those specific ones are because those are the ones that are coming up most sooner rather than Sagittarius, which is December. So we have friend. We have the Hierophant in reversed. First off, I hate the Hierophant card. But the biggest reason I hate the Hierophant card is because of all of the transgressions that happened with the Catholic Church and the priests, etc., etc., etc. So when I see this card in reversed, it makes me think of those things. If that makes sense. Like somebody who's supposed to be your friend, but then they take advantage of you. That's somebody who's supposed to guide you and help you with your path and lead you somewhere, and then they hurt you in more ways than one. The words are foolish exercise, wavering, contempt, vulnerable, unorthodox. Unorthodox, as the church would put it. So, I feel as though this war is just beginning We are not going to see the end of it anytime soon. I think we are going to see some shifts or changes around Cancer Libra season, or Libra Cancer season, which I can't remember which happens first. I feel like we're going to have to see some collaborations first, and people are going to have to put down their defenses in order to move forward, but with someone in charge that wants to stay in charge and be in charge of everybody, of the world. Somebody who aspires to take over the world, you know, the whole evil rules it all. I have a feeling we're going to see some upheaval, whether that's from society or from leaders or some unnecessary attacks. Like Putin or Zelensky or NATO, they feel the need to defend themselves here. There's a need to defend yourself. And how that happens in World War or any type of war is to attack before you're attacked. So, last but not least, I'm going to pull some cards from the Intuit Oracle. Whatever decides to come out. Okay. We have child, beginnings, innocent, brand new, creativity, spontaneous, carefree, inexperienced, tender, new perspective, girl. Dolphins. Peace, harmony, helpful, effective communication, playful, humor, fun, in tune with others, collaboration, joy. Geese. On a quest, migration, relocation, dependable, know where you're going, leaves no one behind, cyclical, faithful. This one reminds me of refugees, people fleeing from the country, trying to find peace elsewhere, sovereignty elsewhere. The dolphins, everybody just wants peace. They don't want to be fighting. They don't want to struggle to survive. Supply chain disruptions and starvation and food riots. Nobody wants to go through that. But the beginnings, we got that Ace of Wands here and that Ace of Cups. Beginnings in spontaneous, inexperienced. I'm not sure how experienced Zelensky and Putin are in wars, but NATO's got that down pat. And then we have third person, which reminds me of the Three of Cups. Another person involved, someone else's influence, love triangle, stranger, outside party, third wheel, rival, too many people. So it could be with NATO getting involved or the US getting involved or Canada getting involved, whatever it is, it could be too many cooks in the kitchen. We could see a blow up because there's too many people trying to fight for that top spot. You know, somebody wants to end the war. Somebody wants to keep the war going. Somebody wants to take over a country. Somebody wants to take over the entire UK. So you could see it that it's going to expand. So unless leaderships and governments can collaborate and work together, it's going to kind of blow up in our faces or blow up in their faces. Hopefully there's no real blow up and no more people have to suffer, but who knows? I'm going to pull one more card. Can I get one more card to end the reading, please? One more card to end the reading. I think the next time that I do one of these readings that I'm going to split the deck up into the different piles. Oh, poop. All right. Well, this is what's meant to come out then. We have rabbits, new beginnings again, desire, timid, a sudden increase, clever, resourceful, fertility, multiply, sex, and procreation. We have moon, intuition, subconscious, fantasy, romance, psyche, affection, recognition, invitation, sensuality, artistic, divine feminine. We also have the moon here. Loons, which we got 2 birds here. Deeply committed, uncommon bonds, family, manifest deepest desire, all in for what you love, reawaken lost hopes. I guess take the information as you will. What resonates, I hope is helpful. What doesn't, it can just be left to be, right? Nothing needs to be taken to heart here. Although the war in Ukraine is serious and people are passing away and it's ugly, and I truly hope and wish for peace, as I hope you all do. And I guess we'll see what transpires. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.